Good morning. It is 6 a.m. and today is my last day. Gonna make it to Cascade Locks and walk over the Bridge of the Gods today. And then I'm gonna walk right back, back over the Bridge of the Gods, back into Cascade Locks. I'm gonna be able to take a zero with my friends. And then my parents, who are driving through Oregon to get to Canada, are gonna pick me up. I'm gonna get to go with them and visit my grandma in Canada, and then I'll finally return home. Today is just 19 miles. It's mostly flat until like 4 miles, in which we just go straight down, super steep. So that's gonna be hard on the feet and knees, but besides that, I think it's gonna be pretty easy day. Getting an early start because we always like to get to town as early as possible, but I'm definitely still going to take breaks and have a good lunch break and stuff like that. I am the first one coming through here this morning, which means I am the one cleaning up all of the spider webs. There was just a fly that was caught in a spider web, and I freed it with my face. So right now I'm not using my trekking poles very much, and instead I'm wielding them as swords that I am chopping the air in front of me to get any of the spider webs, because I don't want to do that again. Are these edible? I feel like they might be, but I'm not willing to chance it. Some of them look ripe. Someone once told me, and I stand to this, if you want to eat something on trail, you need to be as confident as if you saw a ripe banana on trail. And if you're not as confident as a ripe banana, as seeing a ripe banana, then don't do it. I feel like it's edible, and it looks so yummy. I'm just kind of moseying today, taking my time, enjoying the last moments on trail. That might change once my feet start hurting, and then I'll be like, go, get off trail. But right now I'm really enjoying the morning. I'm really happy how this ended up working out. I think a lot of people, if they get off trail, it ends up being something super sudden, and then they're like mentally not prepared, and it's like almost like a mourning process, or they just like almost experience trauma from it because it's just so unexpected. Like they get injured, or they have 2 or 3 really bad days on trail and then they decide to quit. So the fact that I like set myself a kind of mileage goal, and then have kind of known about this for over a week now, really just gave me time to process. And I'm ending on such a positive note, and I'm already so excited for June 2020 when the school year ends and I can keep hiking. I think next summer I will do Tuolumne to Ashland, because that, like, the timing of like June to August works perfectly for that, for when other thru hikers are going to be in those areas. And then I guess the summer after that, I would do Washington. But yeah, I mean, I am also excited for home. And we're back. There was southbound hikers, and it was a little embarrassing. But anyways, I'm excited for home, particularly my dog. I've really missed him. So I'm excited to see him again. Obviously also excited to see my family, and excited for my classroom. I keep thinking of all the like crazy long to-do lists that I have now, because usually I have all summer to prepare. Most notably, like, so much back to school shopping. Like, I need to hit up all the Targets and school supply things. But yeah, and I'm moving back to a town that I used to live in, but then moved out of for 2 years, so I'm pretty excited to go back there. because I really missed it. So there's also just a lot of good things too, and I think with ending at the Bridge of the Gods, it feels like a proper ending. Like it's not like there's these like loose ends and stuff, and then I just get to restart it again when the school year is done. And it kind of allows me to have my cake and eat it too. Like I get to do this super fun hobby and eventually have this super great accomplishment of having hiked every mile on the PCT. But also I get to keep my fulfilling career, and that's a good thing too. So yeah, I'll still be video blogging next summer as well. So stick around. I feel like these are blackberries. It's killing me to walk by them and not try one. I wish there was someone around to tell me, yes, they are. You may eat them. But I don't want to get, like, an upset stomach on my last day. Wow, this is really mossing. This is Watton Lake. It is just completely still. Well, there's a first time for everything, even on your last day. I just walked by someone pooping. I was polite and like put my hand up like that to demonstrate that I was not looking. But then I realized afterwards, maybe I should have instead pretended like I didn't see them because they were pretty silent in the bushes. But they were like 5 feet from the trail and within 20 feet of the lake. Serves them right, kind of. You shouldn't poop there. I just went half a mile off trail. Hike. It's driving me crazy. Okay, anyways. Lost my trail of thought because I almost died. There was like 4 trails that split off, and I took one that seemed like the right one and I didn't even notice that there was a junction. Then it started switchbacking up and I was like, this is strange. So then I checked and I was like pretty far off trail. So backtracking. We're gonna be in a burn area for a while here, I think. There's all of this bark on the ground and on the path, and I keep accidentally puncturing them with my trekking poles and then dragging them behind me for like hundreds of yards, just like sometimes big. Like I just had this big of a piece on my trekking pole for like 20 feet. Speaking of trekking poles, I still highly suggest aluminum trekking poles. They're a little bit heavier, but they are so much more stable. When I hiked the John Muir Trail, within 200 miles, I broke both of my carbon fiber poles. I have multiple friends who have broken 1 or 2 poles, but my aluminum, they're Black Diamond Pro Trail Shock, I think, or Pro Shock Trail, something. Those 3 words in some combination. They're still going strong. I have accidentally stepped on them multiple times. I have like tripped and like practically kicked them. I've gotten them stuck between things that they could have snapped. I went on an involuntary glissade. I did tons of stuff with these poles and they're not even bent, and still going strong. So highly recommend. Apparently there's a trail somewhere here. I don't, maybe up here onto the switchback. Either way, these rocks suck. I'll be watching you. Mount Hood is such a creeper. Always lurking in the background. Never far. I've been making some food-related goals for when I stop hiking, so that I don't gain 1,000,000 pounds, because I'm still gonna have hiker hunger for a while, I think. So number 1, I think I am gonna just like start counting calories pretty much immediately, just to like, you know, at least get myself to 2,000 instead of eating like 4,000 calories every day. I get a free pass today and probably tomorrow when we're zeroing, and then after that I think I need to start watching that I'm actually eating as much as I'm burning. And I think I'm going to do a no sugar challenge, at least for lunches and dinners and snacks. I don't particularly like no sugar breakfasts, I've discovered. I really just like eating granola for breakfast. So I think I'm going to do a no sugar challenge just to kind of get back into eating healthy and eating whole foods and basically doing everything that I haven't been doing on trail, as far as like cutting out all the candy and stuff like that. So I hope that goes well. I think starting with discipline right away will be better of a transition. Like, it'll kind of force me to transition properly rather than just kind of going back with no discipline, and then I'm just like eating all the time and I'm not burning the calories, and then all of a sudden I'm 1,000,000 pounds. Another thing that I really want to test out when I get back is how my fitness relates to what it's usually like, because I'm an athlete, so for most of my life, most of the time I'm in pretty good shape, and I'm keeping active, but I'm doing totally different things. Like, I'm not an endurance athlete at all. Like, I'm doing sprint workouts and things like that to stay in shape for the sport that I play. But I'm really just curious how this fitness relates. So what I really want to do is run a mile in the next few days, like a timed mile, like one would in high school, just to see, like, am I gonna be faster because I've been doing more endurance stuff, and like a mile is more endurance than I would normally do, or am I slower because I've been walking instead of running? I also might be masochistic enough to try to do a beep test to see how in shape I am and how it differs. For those of you who know what a beep test is, it's not usually something you'd want to voluntarily do. It's a lot of fretting and it's very hard. But I'm just so curious because I've always been in shape, but I've usually not been in this kind of shape of like endurance for long distances and stuff. Wow, you can actually already see the river through the trees, and I can kind of see what I think is Cascade Locks, and then I forget what the other town on the other side is. I think it's like, I don't know, I forget. But you can actually see it because the trees are dead. Wow! Look at this! It's so beautiful! Gotta say, I've been very impressed with Oregon. It's way prettier than people give it credit for. And here you can get a for real view. Check that out. And we're still like 8 miles away, which means we probably just have really long switchbacks. Back and forth, back and forth. There's all of a sudden tons of poison oak on the side of the trail, and I honestly don't know if I can avoid it. Like, I've been trying, but I've also only noticed the last half mile or so, so not sure what I touched before that, and it's really prevalent. Woo! Now these I'm confident about. Yum yum. Getting close. Less than half a mile to go. I feel weird. It's really weird that it's over. I'm a little teary. Yeah, I just can't believe it's over. And honestly, I made it so much farther than I ever thought I would. When I first started, I really thought I'd have to quit after the first day, and I didn't. And I got so much stronger and did so much more than I thought I would be able to with my feet being such a problem. But I'm gonna miss the trail. And it's gonna be really weird. And I feel weird right now. Maybe I should just turn around. I don't want it to end. I should just not hike the last half mile. Because I'm not ready. That's a really big PCT sign. Okay. Here I go. Crazy. Can't believe I walked this far. It's like wild. Making it to Washington, and then I'm gonna immediately turn around and walk over the bridge again to get back to Cascade Labs. But that's life.
Into Washington.
Alright, you gotta cross this line or else it doesn't count.
Ah.